So, season 1 was amazing. I thought it was really good. It was the first seasons of any show is super. I feel like you fall in love with the potential because they can be really great, but it's also there's like the awkward first 3 episodes. Here's some selenite to cleanse your mind. There's the awkward first 3 episodes where you're really trying to meet everybody and you have a few laughs. It's kind of like the first few days of high school where even the people that you're getting along with, you don't really know if they're going to be your high school friends. You're just going with the newness of it all. And season 1 was good, but I feel like I fell in love with its potential, and season 2 matched its potential. Particularly with the focus of today's review / the toxic love REIKI, Catherine, played by Elle Fanning, and Peter, played by Nicholas Hoult. I felt like Peter's journey is really interesting because in losing power, he 100% focuses on himself and tries to become a better human being for the child that is on its way, Paul, as he lovingly jokes throughout most of the episodes, Paul, for when Paul arrives. But also for himself. It's like he sees this newfound time to learn what it means to be a good person. And it's fascinating that he makes that choice because it's without bitterness. I mean, he goes from so much wealth, so much power. He's the decision maker for Russia. And it's like, well, now that I lost, let me gain me. And it's such a fascinating, positive choice that I don't know if many would make. Here's some Caribbean Calcite for calm and clarity. I don't know if many would make that choice. It's not like he doesn't try to fight back. I think the first episode or 2, he does try to make a play for power or in some form, but he also doesn't really want it anymore. And that was another thing that I found super fascinating, because I think that, we only talk about power in terms of wanting it. It feels like something that most of us don't have, although we do in some way over some people. Maybe not over ourselves, but certainly over some situations, some choices unto ourselves or others. But we never talk about what it is to be powerful by giving up your power over a situation, over people, over a nation. There's something about losing to Catherine that absolutely relieves him. It's kind of a running joke, especially with his father, Peter the Great. This idea that he always felt a little inept and unworthy for the role he inherited. And there's this kind of push-pull, like I'm fighting to keep what I have, because I've always had it. It's my birthright. But at the same time, maybe I don't want it. And I think that's true for everybody, especially when it comes to what we inherit from our parents, whether it be a kingdom or their issues. There's a part of us that is kind of like, maybe I just want to start fresh. I want to figure out me beyond you, beyond what you gave me, beyond the situations I experienced because I was your child. And parenthood is a really big theme, not only because Catherine is pregnant, but her mother comes to visit, Gillian Anderson, and immediately you just see the child come out of her. Mom, are you impressed by me? Look at me, doing things for womanhood, doing things to make you proud and show you that I'm powerful beyond the men that you sold me to. And it's such a fascinating take, because here you have Peter. Let me just wipe away any negative energy with my golden handkerchief. Just wiping away any negative energy. It's fascinating because Catherine thinks she's wise. She thinks she's good, and she thinks she's grown compared to Peter, who can be an idiot, a lovable idiot, but a jerk nonetheless. And you just see the level of immaturity, because she's still, for however much she talks, chasing for approval. And when she does what she wants, it's always like an explosive, rebellious act. She tries to win everybody over to her side, and when they don't kneel, she cuts off their legs and says, "Ha, fine, I'll just do what I want anyway." And I think this is where toxic love comes in, and this is where I'm gonna kind of fizzle away all your bad energy to then cord cut and then pluck them away. But in some ways, these are two people that feel trapped by their parents, the choices they made for the world, the choices they made unto their world. And Peter is learning to escape that feeling of always being under his dad's shadow. And Catherine's plays for power in some ways because she doesn't even see she's under her mother's shadow. And I think whether they realize it or not, that's a little bit of their toxic bond, why they gravitate towards each other. They have this understanding about how the power of others, particularly their parents, can define them. And how, in some ways, they want to dominate. That's not something they inherited from their parents. That's their personality. And I think the difference between Catherine and Peter is that Peter accepts that he wants to control, accepts what he can't control, accepts that he wishes he could control it, and accepts that he will try at times, fail or not. He's so hyper-conscious of power that he's almost become light in accepting that higher consciousness. And believe it or not, Catherine this season falls in love with him because of that, which was like, whoa, what a plot twist. Plucking away any negatives, any plot twists that are unwelcomed to your love story, so you can get a good love story. Because I put in my written review on DeandraReviewsItAll.com. Plug. That this felt like a historical version of Joe and Quinn from You. Just a really toxic pairing of people that oddly fit because their darkness matches so well that they make each other light. They feel light with each other because they don't have to hide their demons. And that's what you feel with Catherine and Peter, and what Peter is trying to make Catherine understand. You have demons. You will end anybody who doesn't let you begin or join you at your start, from the start. And seeing Catherine slowly realize that is so fun to watch. It is fascinating. 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 Because she really thought herself better than Peter. Because she has moral standards. She wants more for women. She wants economic equality. She wants higher education and access to higher education. But she's not better because she's extremely cruel, violent, and malicious, and even manipulative if people don't agree with her vision or agree with her path to her vision. And Peter sees that, and instead of trying to make her better, he just tries to make her see that she has that quality, and that's why he's good for her. It's fascinating, because in the end, that could be what toxic love is and why we're attracted to toxic people. They make us work less to hide our demons. They make us believe that in seeing our demons, we can be angels around them. They try to tell us they are good for us because we can be bad with them. And for the sake of you, for your happiness, you have to escape that, because it ends so powerfully. Season 2. They finally accept each other, accept that they love each other. But the big question is, if you love a bad person, if you love somebody who makes you a bad person, can you really be happy with them? Because happiness is a virtue. And then, if love is a virtue, are you really in love with them? Or are you just obsessed with them? Obsessed with keeping them around because you don't have to be so good with them. These are the questions I want you to ask yourself as I wipe away all the darkness and I'm going to do some final cord cutting so that all the negative vibes, all the dark questions you ask yourself, all the dark things you tell yourself about love, how you deserve bad love, how you stay with bad people, be gone. So that you can start loving yourself and start finding someone who not only makes you better, but their common ground is in your goodness. Good luck.